Last June my boyfriend and I moved in together. His birthday was in September. I wasn't working at the time, but managed to scrounge up the money doing side gigs to make his birthday special. PS5, a trip out of town and tickets to our NFL game while we were out of town. And I'm not telling you this to paint me out as a perfect partner, but for a little background. The week after we got back from the trip, something in the back of my head was telling me to go through his phone. So I did. I saw he was talking to his best friend from high school and telling her that he wanted to sneaky link with her friend. We argued but ultimately ended up staying together. He was slated to switch jobs in January, but there was a misunderstanding about the vehicle that he had to possess for the job, and now he hasn't worked in 4 to 5 months. All he does is sit around and play the game while I'm left with household duties and the bills. I'm a full-time student and I work full-time, so I was picking up the slack, but also working myself to death in a sense. All was well until about March. I got that nagging feeling again. So I went through his phone again. And lo and behold, I find a screenshot from December of him basically planning to go cheat. He's been swearing up and down he didn't actually go see this girl or do anything with her. And I simply don't believe it. Just due to the simple fact he went to visit his guy friends in the same city in which the girl is from on the same weekend that the screenshot is dated. Did I mention him and this girl have history? This is when I really started to not feel the same way about him. My feelings had been wavering since the first incident, but this really solidified it for me. May came along, and my birthday came. The only thing I got was a Walmart duffel bag, some paparazzi jewelry, and an outfit, which I'm sure all came from his mama's closet, which made me feel as if our relationship was so one-sided. Our lease was up at the end of May and we just moved to another apartment over this past weekend. I made sure to be the only person on the lease as I've known this day was coming for a while and didn't want to complicate things even further. We are 6 days into the lease and I'm coming to the conclusion I would much rather be alone. How should I go about this? I know he can go back to his mom's house without any questions asked, so it isn't like he would be homeless or anything. I'm open to all suggestions and any advice. Shire. TLDR, my boyfriend hasn't worked in months, expressed his intent to cheat on multiple occasions, gifted me shit from his mama's closet for my birthday, and I need advice on how to break up with him / tell him I no longer want to live together. Yeah. Break up with him. You should have broken up when the lease ended. But since that time has passed you should simply let him know you're done. That he has been dishonest and planning to cheat is basically cheating. You don't feel appreciated, and he needs to get out. The lease is in your name. I'm hoping he just leaves without much arguing, since he doesn't really seem to give a s **** anyways. I know this sounds awful, but the only reason I didn't was so him and his friends would move my stuff during the move. After everything he's put me through, I feel like that's the least he could do. Lol. Kick him out. I'm glad you didn't put him on the lease. This relationship expired a long time ago, and you're finally getting sick of the smell. And keep the PS5. You can sell it for some cash if anything else. Like this relationship isn't working for me. I have known it for a while now. You don't meet my needs as an equal partner. I don't trust you, and I'm not happy. I would like for you to move out by, fill in with reasonable timetable. I'm sorry it is ending, but I know it is the right decision for both of us, but especially for me. I don't need to argue, or debate or have a discussion about this. My mind is made up, and the decision is final. But without the I'm sorry it is ending but. She's not sorry, so she can go straight to saying it is the right decision for both of us, but especially for me. My ex-husband said the same thing when I caught literal invoices of the hotel he stayed at with one his side chicks. Took me a few years, but the divorce happened, and I've never been happier. Kick him out. I'm so sorry to hear that. I can't imagine how you felt. Break up with him immediately. I want to say this as delicately as possible. You randomly caught him into questionable situations. Please don't think that means he's only stepped out 2 times. If he's brazen enough to do basically the same thing twice, he's probably done it dozens of times. Presumably you are sleeping with your boyfriend. This means he is literally taking your health and life in his hands as he dallies with other people. He is not even careful enough to hide it from you. Leave him and schedule an ST test. If you are in the USA, do it before he gets tenants' rights. Send him back to mommy. Pack his S*** in that duffel bag. This gave me a good laugh. Thank you lol. Going forward, when you're not working, don't buy elaborate gifts for a boyfriend. Your needs come first. Always. I understand where you're coming from. But I was fine lol. All my bills were paid, I was taken care of, and my savings still looked good. Just didn't have any extra money to play with, so I just did side gigs to have money to play with for that occasion. You pay all of the bills and do all of the household chores, and he can't even get you flowers for your birthday or stop planning to cheat on you. It is past time for you to stop paying for the privilege of being his bangmaid. I'm glad that you realize you need to get out. From what you said before, it sounds like he will drag you into a discussion and try to talk you out of it. He managed to talk you into staying after the first time you caught him planning to cheat. After all, I would recommend keeping it simple and not engaging in a conversation about it all. This relationship is not working. I want to break up. As I'm the one on the lease and can pay the rent, I will keep the apartment and you need to move out. Don't get dragged into explaining yourself. Don't answer his, but why and how, can you give up on us or any other questions. Practice saying it in the mirror a few times, and then just repeat that. My mind is made up. This relationship is over. When can you move out? If you are worried about him successfully managing to wear you down, or drag you into a conversation, you can ask a friend to be there with you, who is comfortable interrupting him to say that you've made yourself clear, and that he needs to accept it. Kick him out. He's not paying for anything, and his name isn't on the lease. So trust your gut. The most likely case here is that he cheated on you already, and probably more than once. Tell him to get out of your apartment, and then never look back. You deserve so much better than a mooch who cheats on you. What a loser. Good luck. I'm so sorry you're in this situation. Just as a bit of friendly advice, in the future, if your partner does not provide you the same amount of effort you put in, pull back until things are even. Otherwise, this will apply to anyone, no matter who the partner is nor their policy on reciprocation. You will be taken for granted. See it as part of being human. Op should have broken up after the first sneaky link situation tbh. The bare minimum for staying with someone after something like that is them showing genuine remorse and doing what they can to make it up, not arguing LMAO. Anything less and you've just solidified a relationship for yourself unfortunately. Keep it simple. Give him the dreaded "we need to talk" and explain that you no longer feel attracted to him and want to end the relationship. No room for negotiation. Set a date by which he has to be out and stick to it. Take the PS5, lock it up, and kick his to the curb. Not only has he probably cheated on you, he also treats you like his bangmaid/mother. The housework should not be all on you. I deserve better than the way you've treated me in this relationship. It's over and you need to leave. Do this sooner than later, so there's less issue with eviction. I need advice on how to break up with him/tell him I no longer want to live together. Tell him to get the F*** out. Pack his S*** up, put it outside. Either take his key, or ask the landlord to change the locks beforehand. Then text him that you guys are done. Don't do this before packing his stuff up and leaving it out, or he might just try to stay there. Maybe text his mom and let him know his stuff is outside. Don't alert her beforehand. You should check tenancy laws for where you live. Since you just moved into this place, you probably have up to 30 days to kick him out, so better sooner than later. I'd recommend just packing his S** and putting it outside and making sure you have other people there with you when he is expected back. But of course, since you handled this way, he now knows where you live. So be careful. Get the landlord's permission to change the locks. Tell them why. Have deputies there when he has to move his stuff. Anything they hear is admissible in court. No threats to him. No promises of revenge. She has to be the bigger party. If/when he makes threats in the heat of the moment, He gets a nice ride to jail. 3 hots and a cot. Trust me when I say those cots are uncomfortable. Break up with him and kick him out. Tell him the relationship is no longer working out and it's best to end things now before it gets even worse, as there's no saving things at this point. There's a parasitic worm on you. Get it off before you get chronically sick. He was talking to his best friend from high school and telling her that he wanted to sneaky link with her friend. He hasn't worked in 4 to 5 months. All he does is sit around and play the game. I'm left with household duties and the bills. All was well until about March. Lol. I find a screenshot from December of him basically planning to go cheat. The only thing I got was a Walmart duffel bag, some paparazzi jewelry, and an outfit, which I'm sure all came from his mama's closet. Classy s/ dump his sorry ass. The very first incident should have been your limit. Especially if he can go back to his mom. You owe him nothing. Even if he couldn't go back to mom, maybe he could go so one of the other girls he's been hanging out with, or a friend's couch, or his car, or a couch in a back office at his job. Oh wait, he's not employed. Either way it's not her problem. You deserve someone who loves you and appreciates you. He doesn't. You don't have to feel bad for him. Don't waste any more time with this guy. Is he what you want and expect from a relationship? If I were telling my daughter, I'd say, break up calmly and ask him to leave. Give him a stress-free few hours or whatever to pack and leave. If you could set up a camera and leave while he gets his stuff ready. Just don't let it turn into a huge back and forth argument with you following him room to room. Those things get messy. Doesn't need to be a drawn out conversation. You're done. Don't get into an explanation of why. Just have that conversation later. If you want a foreclosure. If you think he is the physical type, call the local PD to be there when you ask him to leave. Of course, if my daughter found herself in this situation, I'd be there when this goes down, so feel free to invite a level-headed friend or family member. I'm breaking up with you. Move out right away. My mind is made up, so there is nothing to discuss. Him, blah, blah, blah. I just said I'm not discussing this. Why are you not packing? He might be ready to bail, which will make this a lot easier, but be prepared for him to resist. For example, he might insist all your reasons don't make any sense, so you can't break up with him. He might say you owe him another chance or more time. Don't back down. Remember, he doesn't get a vote. If you want to break up, then inform him it's over. Boom. It's over. Any objections he has are irrelevant. You don't have to agree. My reasons are legit. You do need to be out of here by. Pick a date. Don't waste your time arguing in circles about why you're breaking up with him. If he starts listing all his grievances against you, a distraction tactic, just agree with him. You're right, I did that, and I was wrong, and I learned from it. Even if you think he's making stuff up, let it go. Just nod and say, yeah, I sound awful, you should be relieved this is over. I'm going to work on improving myself. Okay, so which of your friends can help you move all your stuff out of here? Buys? Frank has a truck, right? If he tries a tears and begging approach, you can show him kindness, but remain firm in the fact the relationship is over. If he makes any threats about self-harm, inform his best friend, closest sibling, or parents. If it sounds really serious, you can call the emergency line for help. As someone who spent 3 years of her 20s with a man she wanted to leave, I'm telling you to get out before you waste more time. You will regret the years you stayed any longer. Don't worry about him. As an adult, he can take care of point himself.